Welcome to a very special segment where I talk about all the celebrities that I met in the past. Really. Yeah, I know that he's a guy in white makeup, but I can dream, can't I? Besides, he's probably one of the most joyful of fast food restaurants I ever known. Aside from SML, where he's known as a drunk sort of clown, but whatever. You'll always be cool in my eyes, Mr. McDonald. One of the greatest football players from the AFL, who sadly retired, has always and always will be one of my favourite North Melbourne players. I mean, who doesn't love the captain of your favourite sports team? And not only did I get to meet him once, but I also got to meet him twice. He even called me buddy. And the first time I met him, he gave me his autograph. Isn't he sweet? But he's still a pretty awesome guy. Very awesome. Especially the way that he notices people when he sees them. And the second time I met him, I got to meet his neighbours and his family. So, yeah, they're pretty good. Aside from his neighbour, of course, who sadly beat me in a game of Pac-Man. But the next time I run into him, maybe I'll challenge him to a rematch in the near future. If I get a chance to meet up with him again. Which I sure hope not, because I wouldn't want to get my caboose beaten in another game of Pac-Man. No, sir. Being part of the home cooked comic sale back in 2014 was probably the best thing. I made about $85. And also I got a very interesting book all about Horrible Harriet. All because I answered the question, what is the Green Lantern oath, at the home cooked comic sale. And I was able to sell a drawing to my Auntie Jane and my Auntie Kate too. So, lucky me. I saw him once at one of my friend's special church religious parties or something. And I gotta say, him making a balloon that can transform into a rabbit, that has got to be genius, I reckon. Total genius. Glad I got to meet him again years later. Meeting the animation designer for Avatar, as well as the animation for Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern. I'm game if you're game. I met him once at Arts Project in 2015. He came to Arts Project one day along with his female chauffeurs. And what I heard from his female chauffeurs, he was pretty humble. So humble, in fact, I gave him a drawing with all of his animations he did in previous movies. And he was totally honoured. So honoured, in fact, that, well, I ended up getting a picture with him and he ended up giving me his autograph. So, yeah, he's a pretty swellicious type of guy. I have to admit, when I first heard of Andy Griffiths, it was way back with my friends, and they were obsessed with reading his books, and I was like, whom the hell was that? But in 2016, I went over to a stage area where he was holding a book signing, along with his wife Jill, and well, I got my book signed by him, and although I was a little nervous on meeting the guy, he turned out to be pretty nice. Especially the fact that he got to meet some of my favourite authors too, such as Dave Pilkey from Captain Underpants, Jeff Kenny from Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and of course, Lincoln Pierce from Big Nate. He is that incredible of an author. If you haven't read his Treehouse books, I suggest you read them. They're worth a read, and they will certainly worth your every while. I can promise you that. Okay, I've been over how awesome that Tim Credible guy is. What else is there to say about him? He's an incredible magician. He has funny comedy. He is very likable. And he's one of the closest friends that I have. So, what else is there to say about him? Liz and I got well together like two peas in a pod. I mean, she's a very funny comedian. She's also a very good accordion player. So, meeting her was such a thrill. And MCing with her was quite a handful. I mean, seriously, if you need an MC for your show or whatever, look no further than Liz Skitch. Trust me. She is one of a kind. Oh, and she's also the actress who plays as the White Rabbit in Alice in Wonderland. I saw that with my mum and my cousin Alice, and well, she definitely wasn't late for a very important date. Meeting up with one of Tim Credible's best friends was challenging to say the least, but he turned out to be a pretty hilarious Italian stereotype of a magician. Especially the way he makes a dove appear out of a painting. I mean, seriously, he's that amusing. I'm even practicing magic tricks with him, and he's definitely got an act of being an expert magician teacher. I still got to work on my magic though, but hopefully I'll get around to it at some point or another. Perhaps soonish. You never know. One of my favourite music artists of all time has always, same with Alice Cooper, has been Weird Al Yankovic. He's like a mastermind of song parodies. You think every time you listen to the song Beat It by Michael Jackson, you think of Eat It. Well, last year, I went with my dad to his concert, Weird Al's concert, and what's better, my mum got me VIP meet and greet tickets. So I got to sit in the 12th row and enjoy his classic but original songs live on stage. And after the show, I got a photo with him, and then I got his autograph minutes later. I even presented him with one of my drawings, and he was like, "Wow, thanks, Zeke." And I asked him what's Alice Cooper and Leslie Neeson like in real life, and he said Alice is awesome, and every time I see Leslie, he brings his fart machine. I even said goodbye to him, and he said goodbye back, and I told him he was the whole poker parody prince in a nutshell. And I even commented his performances on Spy Hard and the Naked Gun trilogy, and he said thank you. He was just so amazing. If I had to go back in time of meeting Weird Al, I would definitely do it again because that was epic. And it even made me want to play accordion on my own. I can't do it pretty well though, but somehow I'll do it right. Just you wait and see. This is an actor that I really, really wanted to meet at Supernova. So yesterday, well, actually, Saturday the 6th of April, I finally got to meet the voice of Jon Stewart Green Lantern Phil Lamar. And, well, I was dressed up as Osmosis Jones that day, and he just laughed and he did his Chris Rock impression right in front of me. And when I got his autograph all on my own, he was just awesome. I mean, seriously. He gave me his autograph and he showed me a couple of his impressions. Hell, he even got a selfie with me. But still, he is a pretty awesome type guy. Very awesome. I like to see many people meet Phil Lamar and ask him to do their favourite impressions as well. So, yeah. Phil Lamar is just an amazing voice actor. And definitely the iconic GOAT voice of, well, Green Lantern Jon Stewart. Well, those are all the celebrities I met in the past, present, and hopefully I meet some more in the future. But which celebrities which I hope to meet in the future? Well, how's about a quick montage to see which celebrities I want to meet?
He's Harvey, sweetest furry pussycat around. Yeah, yeah.
I'm Harvey.